Welcome to Tweet of the Week. And I hope that you have all been checking out the tweets about the amazing things going on as part of our Elevate program. Well, this was one of my favorites, and it happened at Hillcrest Elementary. And the tweet came from Mira Ivanova, who is the EL teacher there and coordinating the Elevate program this summer. And the students were out there getting into gardening. And that is due in large part to a partnership that you have with Kim Leahy and other master gardeners at Hillcrest. So ladies, tell me, what were our children up to that day?
So I want to start back in 2018 when we had a community partnership that came to our school and started those raised gardens. And our students were able to play with dirt, plant seeds, observe their growth, measure, and collect crops and taste what they grew in the gardens.
And for many of our students, it's a surprise sometimes because they've only seen food in a grocery store and don't always realize the process by which that food was
also,
produced.
we know our students have preferences and they don't like certain foods. So once they grew their own crops, they were more willing to taste and explore and try new foods.
Okay, and so from 2018, here we are now in 2021, and how has that project evolved?
The project evolved to a point that we're continuing growing plants in those gardens. And we have people like Kim who come to our school regularly to work with our staff and students and continue growing more crops and vegetables in those beds.
And so Kim, as a master gardener, again, we value so much when we have community members who are willing to invest time in supporting our students. What are the things that you see that you believe are the benefits, not only for our students, but for the community with a program like this?
Well, I think when you have, it's been shown also that when you have students and teachers and master gardeners and volunteers working together in the garden, it's more than the sum of its parts. That children are learning about their own nutrition and their nutritional choices change. They're eating more of the cafeteria food. When we partner with farms to bring them fresher food, they don't always eat it because they're not familiar. So once they've been growing these things, they've had another touch point of contact, and it's more exciting in the garden than it is in the cafeteria. There's no pizza out in the garden. You just have that strange looking vegetable, but if you're allowed to bite into it, it's so exciting. It's as exciting as a piece of pizza because it's the atmosphere. And so there's an excitement around their nutrition, but there's also a lot of socio-emotional learning around resiliency. And when things fail in the garden, we just move on. We don't consider it a setback. There's a lot of occasions to let them bounce back from failures in the garden. And I find that to be probably the largest spanning and the largest potential with school gardens is teaching resilience and teaching commitment and trial and error type education. Some people call it grit. To continue with trial and error.
And I don't think a lot of people wouldn't necessarily associate that with gardening, but you're absolutely right. And anyone who has tried to start a garden, continue a garden, maintain a garden, can relate to everything you just said. And what a way to help our students experience that, because you're going to experience that in so many facets of your life as you're learning or trying new things. So what are some of the crops in our Hillcrest garden?
So we currently have radishes that we tasted a few weeks ago. And we were also able to observe how we can grow seeds from a plant to restart new plants in the spring.
And so again, that cycle.
When the summer program, when I was told about the summer program, Pam Wallace and I, who has also been doing this for a few years, she's allowed me to come with her students each year. She and I were very excited to do some summer crops. So for this summer, in addition to the radishes, we have some tomatoes and tomatillos and ground cherries some peppers, and some green beans. And it's a lot to experiment with, but that's what it is. It's a great experiment. We've let the kids know that they may not see tomatoes right now, but maybe in the fall they'll, August, September, they'll be able to check them out.
And I know that's been a challenge for us because many times at the point at which you're ready to harvest the vegetables, our students aren't in school. So by having Elevate this year and having so many more students participating in summer programs, those opportunities are there. And so I'm really glad that you're experimenting with tomatoes because, as born and bred in Maryland, you cannot beat a Maryland homegrown tomato. So thank you for introducing our students to that. And thank you both for not only what you're doing for our students and with our students, but for also making our community aware by tweeting about it. So Mira, thank you so much for that.
Welcome.
Thank you for joining me
Thank you
today.
for inviting us.
So Elevate has opened up so many wonderful extension opportunities for our students where they can apply academic skills in real world settings. And I could not have said it any better than Kim when she talked about what they can learn from becoming a gardener. So thank you both for joining. Thank you for joining us, and we hope you join us next time for Tweet of the Week.